good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax and watch me do all the hard work. Right, crazy start, manic start, because I wasn't able to get home in time. So we've only just managed to get here, and it looks like my stream is playing up for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm sorry if the stream is not good, but it seems to be playing up a bit. I don't know why that is. Not good. Stream has a problem. Okay, 2 minutes to go, and do you know what? Today I'm not using the MyRun. I am using a 245, a Garmin 245 watch for heart rate and for speed. So we'll see what happens. Look, go here, pair. Forerunner 245, not the Stride and not the MyRun. Forerunner 245. This is using the new virtual run widget on the watch. Now I don't know if I need to start. Oh, I do need to press start. That's counting the timer down, so I don't want to do that yet. Okay, we'll just leave it like it is for the time being. So when you press start on the watch, I assume that records an activity on the watch as well as on Zwift. I guess so. Right, let's just start walking. I'm not racing. I'm not racing, guys. I am not racing. I am just enjoying this and getting it done because I haven't done Run in the Park for ages. And I'm not looking at chat either. Oh, let's see if I can get chat up. I don't think I'll be able to, because I haven't set it up. Just haven't had time to set chat up. Says Zwift Live. Maybe I will get chat set up just in time. 15 seconds before we actually go. Oh no. Right, I'm just gonna go, and then we'll see what happens. Let's get it up to 11, just to warm up. Right, we're off. Oh, I'm not moving. So there we go. Oh, I am moving. Okay, that's interesting because that's coming off my wrist, and where my wrist was still, because I was trying to do chat. Interesting. Hello Henry, hello Gwyn, hello Daniel, DIY Tech Repairs. I'm going to apologise because I'm not sure if the stream is going to be very good today. For some reason, it looks like I've got a dodgy stream. I really don't know why, but there we are. Oh, no, that's not right either. What is going on with my computer? Oh. Right. Okay, so I can now see chat. Right, the treadmill is set. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, this is... Andrew Cutmore, thanks for the ride on. It was a last minute dash to get to the computer to turn it on to get running. John Hancock.
Right on.
Glad to finally do another glad to do another run in the park. Goran says you can move your hand faster. That's how the watch looking feels. Yes, I know. So, if I just move my hand quicker, technically it should speed up. There you go, 18. Look, and now it stops totally. Come on, get moving. Right, this is why it's absolutely no fun using wrist-based pace. The accelerometer in my watch is basically trying to manage how fast I'm running. And that's a terrible idea. It just doesn't work. So the best idea with this watch would be to pair it with a foot pod. And the idea is that you can then record your run on your watch at the same time as sending that data through to Zwift. So Darren Van Dit is already 1 minute ahead of me. But this watch is completely lying. So, at the moment, we are going at 14.8 kilometers per hour. Have a guess what the treadmill is set to. Anybody want to guess what my treadmill is set to? Look at my heart rate, comfortable. Henry, I haven't planned on doing it. No, I've got a long run tomorrow outside. Anybody want to guess what my actual pace is on the treadmill? Green Williams says 9.5. It's not quite 9.5. It's a bit faster than that. Oh look, it's come up now. 11 kilometers per hour. So I am totally cheating on this run. Oh no, now look, it's come down now. 12 and a half on 13.4, 13.8, 14. It's gone back up again. So what happens if I just keep my arms nice and still, like kind of... It's coming down a bit. Michael Hasser says 12. Ryan Downey knows that it's 11 because he heard me earlier. So, case in point, do not use wrist-based speed on Zwift. It will not work. It's just not reliable by any stretch of the imagination. So please do completely discount this run from my stats. I am not running at 14.5 kilometers an hour. But is quite enjoyable just to cheat for a little while. I'm enjoying being a sandbagger. It's all in the name of technical testing. Oh, I'm now up to 15.4. Look at that, 15.5. Oh my goodness. Such a huge amount of change, isn't there? 60, I'm not even touching the treadmill. Incline is 0. Incline is 0, Gwyn. Kay Bonham, thanks for the ride on.
Right on!
So if you are going to use the virtual run feature on your watch, and it is only available on the 245 and the 945 Garmin Forerunner watches, do still pair it with a foot pod. And if you're not recording it on your watch, there's not really much point. If you've got a foot pod that is Bluetooth, then you may as well connect it directly to Zwift. If your foot pod is one of the old Garmin foot pods, then this allows you to connect that foot pod to your watch, and then your watch will transmit the data onto Zwift. Ryan Downey says 11 kilometers per hour is your default pace. I suppose it is. It's my comfortable pace, actually, yes. Anything between 10 and 11, 10 and 12, I can kind of do a marathon at that pace. 10 kilometers an hour, maybe 12 kilometers an hour. Yeah. So what do I do? What would be the appropriate thing to do right now? Would it be to stop, disconnect the watch, and go back to using the MyRun for the sake of not cheating? Or should I just carry on the experiment? It's not a new watch, it's a new feature on the watch, Gwyn. Oh yeah, I haven't put my cap on. Should I go and put my cap on? It's because I raced in so quick from out. I was out this afternoon. I've been purchasing tiles for the porch, and I basically got in with about 5 minutes to spare. So no, the watch is not new. The watch has been out for a while, but there's a new firmware update, which means that you can now pair devices with your watch, and the watch will then rebroadcast those devices to Zwift. And it even talks about Zwift when you set it up. So Gwyn says you're cheating the other runners. Yeah, so what should I do, Gwyn? Should I stop and go back to the MyRun, which is more appropriate in terms of the speed that I'm going? What do we think? Goran says I should keep going because we're doing legitimate research into the accuracy of this watch and the accelerometer in the watch, which for treadmill running looks pretty rubbish, doesn't it? We're already way faster than Okay, Jonathan Koss says you should only do tests in free runs, not events. Okay, so that's 2 against 1. That I should stop, put my cap on, and repair to the MyRun, because this is a race series, and you get points for being in the race series for where you finish. So, shall we do that? Right, let's do it. The cap is on. I'm still running. Stop the watch. Menu. Pairing screen. Disconnect. My run. My run. Okay, back. So what was I going at before? About 14 and a half, wasn't I? 15. Okay, we've got 3 kilometers to go. Right, now we're at 15. Gwyn says he won't tell anyone. Right, so Gwyn says he wouldn't tell anyone. Goran says, oh, I didn't realise it was a race series. Yes, do the right thing. So, two and a half kilometres at 15 kilometres an hour. Got Carol Rushworth in Group C back there. Andrew Allsop, Raw Sports, is 3 minutes ahead of me. Zuniga is a minute behind. You can, Henry, yes. But it really depends on when it is, whether I'll be able to join. Okay, so you can see the difference now. You'll see my heart rate go up, and you can see that I'm much less able to talk. By the way, is still coming from the 2:45. Nice one, Vida. I've no idea, Jonathan.
Jack it up.
Is it when you're holding the phone in landscape mode, they come in from the left? In the portrait mode, they come from the bottom. Mike McCarthy.
Ride on.
Thanks for your ride on. 2K to go. Thank you, Carrie Beck.
Right on.
Kerry Beck. And Ed Wiley, thank you. So we are now properly going at 15 kilometers per hour, and we'll keep this up to the end of the run. Peter Denny, thank you. Gwyn, that's terrible. At least it still works. Henry, thank you very much. And Neil Diamond, as I like to call him.
Right on.
Lovely big moon. Thank you, Darren. Right on to you too, buddy.
Right on.
So this morning, I did parkrun, real parkrun in the real world, and I paced my son, who's 8 years old, to his PB. So my 8-year-old son, Ellis, now has a PB, 5k PB of 24 minutes and 10 seconds. He knocked 2 minutes off his previous PB. Oh, you're doing well, Jonathan. I hope you're still in the lead. I've done stage 7, Henry, so not for me. Phil Collins, thank you.
Right on.
And that is his real name. He is called Phil Collins. 800 metres left. Annoyingly, Ellis wasn't even first in his age category. There was another lad, 10 years or under, who did 21 minutes. Gavrilenko, thank you.
Right on.
And DeSanto, thank you to you. Thanks, Matthias. And Darren, thank you. He was dead chuffed. Right, keep watching the time. 21:03. 21:07. 21:10. 14, 15, 16, 17. So, 21:17, but it's bumped me up to 21:52. Amazing time for Darren, 17:27. But yeah, we can't really count that. The last 3K was legitimate, but the first couple of kilometers using the wrist accelerometer on my watch was an unmitigated disaster. So pace-wise, most of that first 2 kilometers I was bobbing along at 11 kilometers an hour according to the treadmill. But the watch, although the watch did cut out a couple of times, and it fluctuated all over the place, to be honest, but I would say the majority of the time during that first 2K it was on about 14 and a half. Would you agree? Something like that. Occasionally it went down to 11 and 12 kilometers an hour, and once or twice it even went up to 16 kilometers an hour. Henry, thank you very much. It says, how do you watch your friends on Zwift? Well, it's a funny thing that, actually. Funnily, you should say that. What you can do is you log in to Zwift, but you have to click run with, and all of your friends, any of your friends who are currently running on Zwift or cycling on Zwift, any of your friends will be listed at the top of a list of people on Zwift. Thanks, Andrew, for your ride on. Oh, button's not working.
Right on.
There we are. And Tomaselli.
Right on.
So they'll be listed at the top of the list, and you can just basically click on one of them and say run with. Now, when you run with, you can then click on their name. When you get into the game, on the right-hand side, you click on their name and you watch them running round. You can't watch the game from the Zwift Companion app. That would be great if you could do that. So you would go into Zwift Companion app. Voigt, thank you very much for your ride on.
Right on.
Go into the Zwift Companion app, find your friend that's running, click on their name, and it would take you to them, and you can watch them in the game. That would be awesome, but that is not something that is available on the Zwift Companion app. You can give your friends a ride on from the Zwift Companion app. You can look at a map of where they are on the course, and I guess you can follow them on the map, but you can't see them in game. So you'd have to log on to the game to see them in game. Does that make sense, Henry? Right, so that is that. That was Run in the Park. At least we've completed a Run in the Park, so that will go on the series stats. And to be fair, you guys all know I can run. I could have run that. Say I'd started at 14 kilometers an hour and done the first 2 kilometers at 14 kilometers an hour, and then stepped it up to 15. I think you guys know I in the real world I could have done that. So there we are. G Runner, is that Ginger Runner? Is Ginger Runner on Zwift? Or is he cycling? He's cycling, isn't it? Okay. So that is that. Anyone got any questions? Anyone got anything to say? I know some of you are running later on, so Jonathan Cost is doing the 8 p.m. Run in the Park tonight. And somebody else said they were doing the 6 p.m. Stage 7 Tour de Zwift. Don't forget, next week is a chance to catch up with Tour de Zwift if you've missed any, and I've missed 4 and 5. So you can catch up with any of the stages on any day next week, I think. So if you look at the Zwift Companion app, you'll see every stage is run at least once every day. Ryan, thank you.
Right on.
So don't forget to do that. If you haven't already listened to Simon Schofield's Zwiftcast, the podcast about Zwift. Go and have a listen to that. There is some stuff about running. It's very useful interview with Eric Min, the CEO, the boss of Zwift. So go and have a look. Hang on a minute. Let me change my camera angle. There we are. So go and have a look at that. Go and have a listen to that. What else do I need to tell you about? I don't think there's anything else, although make sure you've updated your game. There are some updates to workouts. We can now program workouts in time rather than distance, which is going to be a great benefit to us all. So there's that. Unfortunately, some of the other things they said were fixed are not fixed, so they were hoping to fix some of the timing and distance errors and bugs. They have not been fixed, unfortunately, even with the new update. So it's back to square one or square something for Zwift programmers to try and work out what on earth is going on. Let me just give Sorensen a ride on, because I can see him stood behind me. There he is. Oh, no, that's not him. Where is he? There he is. So we'll just give it a ride on to Sorensen, and Rickard as well. Give him a ride on. And, oh, we may as well go to this person here. Gramsay from, is that France? Or Holland? Netherlands, I think. Who else have we got? Sunder. Oh, no. There's Dixon. No. Where are we? Carol Rushworth. Let's give Carol a ride on. And Sunder, well done to you. That's everyone, I think, that I can see. Okay, that'll do. Back to me. So, but you can see, right, let me just go and show you this. It's worth noting. If you have a Garmin Forerunner 245 or a Garmin Forerunner 945, you can now download an update, a new update, which will allow you to connect devices to your watch and then from your watch onto Zwift. It's called the Virtual Run widget. So if you know the Garmin watch, if you click on the top right-hand button, that will get you to your widgets. So you've got the run, the swim, the bike, the indoor bike, the treadmill run. But you've now got another one called the Virtual Run. If you own the Garmin FootPod, and if you own any of the Garmin heart rate monitors, heart rate straps, they only broadcast in ANT+. So what you have here in the 245 and the 945 is essentially a bridge device, like the North Pole Engineering cable or the Viva 4i chest strap. It's a bridge to convert your ANT+ signal to Bluetooth. So into the watch and out from the watch into Zwift. You can also therefore record your run on your watch if you want to, and have it record on Zwift at the same time, and you'll get the same speed and cadence and distance data. So that will please people who, for whom they like their data to match up on the watch and on Zwift. So look, you go into search here, and there is my Forerunner 245, along with a Stride FootPod in Bluetooth and the same Stride FootPod in ANT+. Remember, the Stride broadcasts in dual. It is both Bluetooth and ANT+. There's the My Run, which is Bluetooth, and here is the Forerunner, which is Bluetooth. Now, what we tried today was we tried to run using the accelerometer on the wrist, which was terrible, absolutely terrible. Do not, for the love of God, use the accelerometer to get your speed into Zwift. It just won't work. But I think we probably could have guessed that anyway, couldn't we? I mean, especially if you're holding a keyboard, or if your wrist isn't moving properly, then it's just not going to count it properly. That's it, right? I did ask any more questions. So no more questions. We're all done here. We'll be back tomorrow. No, we won't. We'll be back on Monday for Monday Run Club, and probably first thing in the morning I'll do a hill session. McCallum, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
So that is it. See you on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.